Before 2024 arrives with a whole bunch of new entertainment headlines, let's take a look back at some of the major moments that captured the world's attention.
Here is Morgan Hoffman, who joins us now to break down some of those moments. Morgan, good morning to you. And we're going to start this morning when we look back at the entertainment headlines from the past year. I mean, the loss of a beloved Canadian icon, Matthew Perry. It was just so shocking, that news.
It really was. I mean, he was 54 years old. This one's still raw for a lot of fans. He'd been very open about his struggles with addiction in the past. But I think when you hear from Jennifer Aniston, who recently came out and said she was just texting him that morning, that he was happy, he was healthy, he'd quit smoking. It stings. You feel like, obviously his life was taken way too short. So we really feel this way. And I think, with fans who had never met him, you feel like you lost a friend because Friends is so beloved. It's so known around the world. And yeah, the more we're hearing from celebrities who are feeling confident and comfortable about talking about it now, like George Clooney just came out recently and talked about knowing him since he was 16, it's tough. For sure.
Yeah. And, it's also been nice to hear from people that have been touched by Matthew Perry and his honesty as well, particularly in his book when he talked about his addictions and how that's helped people.
Absolutely. And when you look at somebody like him who's looked so successful and was in so many ways on a show like that, but to hear the pressure he put on himself to be the funny guy and what that did to him when it comes to his mental strength and the struggles he had with addiction, it's, you just, especially when that memoir came out last year, you just felt like you knew him even more, and then this was just such a blow for fans.
It was. We cannot talk about this past year without talking about the Hollywood strike.
Oh man, that was huge. I mean, we haven't seen anything like this in years. This was the longest strike in this union in its 90-year history. I mean, we were seeing celebrities out there picketing and supporting the union. Mandy Moore was out there, just recently spoke to her, and she's lovely. And I think at the beginning of this, so many people didn't understand. They thought, well, this is Hollywood elite, the one percenters. They make $25 million a picture, and that's not what this was about. This is about tens of thousands of people who were not properly getting compensated, especially when their work was being seen on streaming services. Then there was the fear of AI. There was no blueprint when it came to if they were to take your likeness and what that meant, and if you lost responsibility of your own likeness and control over that. And so there was a lot to discuss. And I'm just so happy that they came to a resolution that a lot of people are happy with, because now we get to actually interview them still, especially when it comes to my job. We weren't allowed to interview them or talk about their projects. So
and our favorite shows are all coming back finally in 2024.
I know, exactly.
So yeah, all excited about that. Okay, a lot of people this past year excited about two movies that actually we can just sum up in one word: Barbenheimer.
Yeah. I mean, who knew?
Yeah.
So you have a movie that is so colorful and dance numbers and the satirical look at Barbie meets another movie that's a 3-hour-long biopic that's dark about a guy who created the atom bomb. I mean, you couldn't pick two extreme movies, and for some very unexplained reason, but it brought all these audiences together. Instead of these two films competing with each other at the box office, people were like, let's go and support them. Let's go see them together. It became a big debate online about which movie to see first. Tom Cruise is out there saying, I'm seeing Oppenheimer first, then Barbie. The memes, people dressing up, wearing T-shirts. I mean, it was a thing. If you weren't at the theaters that weekend, you felt like you were missing out. It was a big deal.
Also a big deal, the Person of the Year.
Oh, man. Can we really talk about 2023 without talking about Taylor Swift?
No.
How did we go this long without mentioning Taylor Swift?
I mean, she's been on top for years now, right? So you kind of have to break down what is different about this year. Well, Eras tour, her concert tour. I mean, we had our own prime minister begging for her to come to Canada. It crossed the $1 billion mark, so no other artist had done that when it comes to a concert tour. The movie now, the concert movie, just got nominated for a Golden Globe. What I think is a big deal about her is so much of her music is about breakups and relationships, and so we feel like we knew her, we know her, but we never really got to see her personal side. Any relationship she'd had, especially in the last 6 or 7 years, was very private. All of a sudden, she's dating Travis Kelce, one of the most well-known people in the NHL or NFL. Oh, I don't want fans to be. I'm a Swiftie, not a sports girl, I'll be honest. And it became this big thing where Swifties were watching NFL games, and we were watching her in the box office seats with his family celebrating. And it just seemed like this year it was professionally and personally her biggest year yet.
All right, and we look forward to 2024. Taylor coming here to Canada.
Oh,
Right?
guys.
Tour. Yes.
I have connections. I'll make it happen.
And great to have you part of the team as well. Morgan.
Thanks so much. I love watching both of you. You make this look so easy, and I know it's not, so you guys are great.
Appreciate it.